Hey guys, it's Turner4590, and welcome to Jurassic Babysitter, or as it's otherwise known nowadays, Yoshi's Island. Yeah, this is a game that absolutely needs no introduction. It's from the heyday of fantastic SNES platformers, and it's definitely one of the best. This is another game from my childhood that I played a lot. Like, I actually had the SNES cartridge and everything, and this game was... I think this was a contender for my favorite game of all time when I was little. It might even be the first game I ever played. I'm not sure. I can't remember actually what the first game I ever played was. It's either this, Mega Man X, or Donkey Kong Country. It's one of those three. I don't know which one it is. I just can't remember. But still, huge special place in my childhood, and it just so happens that the game is actually pretty damn good. Alongside Mega Man X and Donkey Kong Country, so I had really good taste in games. Anyway, the main reason why we're going to be visiting Yoshi's Island today, only today, you only get one part. Main reason why we're coming to visit the wonderful island of Yoshi's is that Woolly World just came out. Finally, we have another Yoshi game, and it isn't New Island, so that made me really happy. And yeah, I felt like it would be fun to revisit the original Yoshi's Island, because hell, we started off the year with Kirby's Epic Yarn, and we're ending it off with another, well, I don't know if Epic Yarn is beloved, but another beloved Nintendo platform being Yoshi's Island. The difference between the two being that one of them is balls easy and one of them is balls hard. This game is nuts in terms of difficulty. It's not like the hardest thing in the world, but if you're going for 100%, this game is ludicrous. That being said, I need to bring up two main disclaimers with this playthrough. I don't usually do disclaimers, but I feel like it's necessary in this case. If you just want to skip this credits ramble, we're at the end! If you just want to skip this intro ramble, just click here. Basically, this will not be a 100% playthrough because 100%ing this game is insane. And as a side note to that, this is going to be a very laid-back and casual playthrough of Yoshi's Island, a game I have not played in a long time. The reason I bring that up is that Yoshi's Island is probably the most fascinating, intense, and entertaining speedrun you'll ever see in your entire life, especially the 100% category. This game is just ludicrous to see at the high speeds that speedrunners, like their name says, do, and it's just incredible to watch. And in fact, if you just want to stop watching this video right now and go watch that, I'd highly recommend watching Trihex's Awesome Games Done Quick 2014 run that he did with Carl Sagan of Yoshi's Island 100%. Because it is a blast to watch, and it's definitely a lot more than this playthrough that you're about to get from yours truly. Alright, now that I've gotten my sponsorship money out of advertising that, now we can move on to the second disclaimer, which is we are unfortunately going to be playing on the Game Boy Advanced version of the game, because it is the only version Nintendo has ever released. Nintendo, I cannot believe, I couldn't believe it when I found out, but it's true. Nintendo has never re-released the original SNES game. Ever. The only re-release of Yoshi's Island has been the GBA version. So if you want to play the original, you have to own an SNES and an original cartridge, or use an emulator, and I don't want to do either of those things, so we're going to have to stick to the Game Boy Advance version, which, unfortunately, has, the color palette is a little bit more washed out. There's a little bit of screen crunching going on because to fit on a Game Boy Advance screen. Not, like, terrible screen crunching, but, it's there. And definitely the biggest offender of the GBA version is the horribly compressed music. It's not, okay. Maybe that's an over-exaggeration. It's compressed, which is a shame, because Yoshi's Island has such a fantastic soundtrack. I am so sorry for rambling on for like 18 minutes there. So, actually, we might want to start the game before I die. So, let's just start a brand new file. Are you ready for a good bedtime story? In a galaxy far, far away, apparently. Oh, okay, well, thanks. I guess that's where babies come from then. Storks! Ludicrous speed. What the hell is that? Whoa. Creep me out. Oh, poor guy. Mine! Oh, well, he only got one. And that brother was never heard from again. Well, it's a good thing it... Even the narrator's shocked. Meanwhile, on Yoshi's Island, home to all the Yoshis of the Yoshi tribe. Department of Yoshi Redundancy Department. Oh, well, that's convenient. Oh, and it just happens to be the savior of everything. What could it be? A magical map? That leads to the Crystal Star locations? Damn it, wrong Mario game. Come to think of it, I think, like, every Mario RPG has a map of some kind, now that I think about it. This is an RPG, though, so I'll shut my trap. I can't read English! I can only read YOSHIIIII! Oh god, poor Kamek. You got the other brother. I'd like to think that Kamek is annoyed that he got the other brother and not the fact that he missed the other baby. I'd like to pretend that he sees the baby and he's like, damn it, I had a 50-50 shot and I got the bad one. And has a note. Apparently all he's good at is sucking up ghosts. Whatever that means. Uh-oh. Trouble is afoot. Or in the air, as I guess with those guys, because they don't walk on the ground. But I guess they still have feet. Oh my god, we're off to a riveting start. Well, at least they know what they're having for dinner tonight. It's totally the red Yoshi. Let's gang up on him, boys. We'll get him when he least expect it. When he's like, oh, sweet, we're gonna have a new baby for dinner. Let's get him, boys. I don't know why I chose the red one. I just saw all the colors and was just like, I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, die! Yeah. Wow, they're just let's be honest, being on Yoshi's Island is pretty boring. They're just desperate for adventure. Oh, Yoshi. Sweet. Okay, so, this is the game. Believe it or not, we're actually playing a video game right now. Basically, one of the, instantly, right off the bat, the main mechanic of the game, and most people's absolute most hated thing about the game, is the way the health bar system works in Yoshi's Island. which is basically, this entire game is an escort mission, basically, when it gets right down to it, and our health bar is Baby Mario, or at least, or it's hard to explain. Here, if I get hit, Baby Mario will fly out and be trapped in a bubble, and he'll just be floating around there, and the timer will start ticking down, and basically, he'll just keep crying and wang, and just, it drives you frickin' nuts, and if you're not careful, Kamek's minions will come down when the timer reaches 0. Thankfully, the timer will count up back to 10, and yeah, that timer basically functions as our health bar. And yeah, the crying is a point of debate when it comes to Yoshi's Island, whether or not it's like the worst thing in the world or not. Personally, I've never really minded the crying because as a gameplay mechanic, it's kind of genius because it makes you hate when you screw up and you get hit, because Baby Mario just starts crying his ass off and you feel really bad. It's the SNES equivalent of missing notes in Guitar Hero when it just makes that junk sound and it just ruins the music and you feel just like utter crap. Also, we just made some eggs, but I guess I'll explain that in the next appropriately titled level. Okay, World 1, let's go. And here's a stage select screen. You can change. Oh, that's cool. They actually bothered to change the graphic to look like a Game Boy Advance instead of a SNES controller. That's nice. Whoops, did not mean to do that. One thing you can do in Yoshi's Island, and I believe every Yoshi game, you can even do it in Woolly World, and it even has the same 2 names, which is pretty cool. You can set the control style to patient or hasty, and basically what that means is when you throw eggs, patient is you press the button and, well, I haven't actually thrown eggs yet, so I'll explain that when we get into this next level, which, again, is appropriately titled, drumroll please, Make Eggs, Throw Eggs. Thank you very much. Oh, this soundtrack is so great. It's probably the happiest soundtrack I've ever made. Oh, well it's that easy. Okay, so just like the question mark block said, what is that block anyway? I've never actually bothered to like look and actually decipher what those blocks are. Anyway, basically all you have to do is tongue an enemy, and he's in Yoshi's mouth, and then you just press down, and it'll swallow him. And you can hold up to 6 eggs at a time, and eggs are insane in this game. The mechanics for how egg throwing works are surprisingly deep, and like really like you could write a thesis on it. It's nuts, the amount of stuff you can do with egg throws, like kill piranha plants. But basically, the main thing about patient and hasty is that if you're on patient, you press the egg throw button, and this cursor will appear, and you press the button again to throw it. And on hasty, all you have to do is hold the button, and while you're holding the button, this cursor will be going in. As soon as you let go, that's when it'll fire. So hasty is for if you're really hasty and you want to make epic, really quick shots, and no scopes, if you will. And a patient is for filthy casuals like yours truly. Anyway, these oh my god, there's so many collectibles. More collectibles than Donkey Kong 64. Not even remotely close to Donkey Kong 64. Disclaimer. So the giant sunflowers that we're picking up, there are 5 of them in each level, and they actually function, they actually have a purpose on top of being a collectible. They actually do have a purpose, and we'll see that purpose at the very end of each level. Anyway, to get rid of these piranha plants, all you have to do is egg throw them. You actually can't tongue them. Some enemies cannot be tongued, and piranha plants are some of them, and I'll actually show the animation of what happens if you try and tongue something you can't tongue, because it's pretty funny. In fact, I think we can actually try it on this boulder right here. Yeah, Yoshi will just like, and just not have any of that. And that's what happens if you try and tongue a piranha plant. But yeah, basically this entire game just functions around using your tongue and throwing your eggs in cool ways. And as you just saw, eggs will ricochet, and again, you can just do crazy stuff just all the time. Like here, we're gonna try and get it into here. There we go. And perfect, these Starmen, I guess we'll call them, Starmen, basically function as health pickups for your timer health bar. And you can go up to a maximum of 30. And again, that is a collectible. You need to have 30 stars by the end of the level to be eligible for 100% in that level. Sweet. And here is a Chomp Rock, and we're going to be using Chomp Rocks throughout the game, and basically you just push into it, and it bowls over everything, and you can get a surprising amount of momentum from doing it, but there's not really anything to do in this dirty cavern right here. You can also, when it gets stuck into a corner, this is genius, by the way, most imbecile developers wouldn't think of this, but back in the 90s, Miyamoto was like, ugh, what if the boulder gets stuck? Well, what if you stand on the very tiptoe edge of the boulder, if Yoshi could get under there? Son of a bitch, Shigeru Miyamoto. Okay, if you stand on the very edge of the boulder like that, it'll start rolling, so the boulder can't get stuck or anything, like against a corner. You can always get it out. I don't know if you can guaranteed get it out. Also, you might have noticed right now that you just heard a plink noise, and that's from picking up red coins. And red coins, there are 20 of each. In each level, they are set positions all the time. Every time you play, it's going to be the same red coins all the time. And they are just hidden in regular coins. And pretty much the only way to find them is to just grab all the coins and see which one has the red coin. Unless you've memorized which ones have red coins, which is totally possible. One mechanic I want to get into real quick, because this is a perfect opportunity to do it, is the way fluttering works in this game. So basically, when you jump, when you hold the B button, or whatever your jump button is, when you hold the jump button, Yoshi will go into a flutter like this. But he'll drop, like, for a very brief moment, and then start the flutter. And you can chain flutters like this, like, just by letting go and repressing the button. And you can go long distances like that, and that's just, like, a staple of the Yoshi series. One thing that the game doesn't tell you, and I believe this is in every Yoshi game, don't quote me on that, I'm positive it's in Woolly World, though I tried it, and it is in Woolly World, which is awesome. But you can actually get a little bit more height if you let go at the perfect time and repress the button instead of holding it. Because look, I'm going to be just holding the jump button trying to get over this lip, and it's impossible, you cannot do it. But if you let go at the right time and repress the button, like this, here, let me try this. No, I tested this before! I know it works on this platform! Come on. Oh my god, commentator's curse. I really am positive that it works on this platform. I just tested it in this room, like, before starting, so I'm positive it works. It's a very brief window that you have. I think it's like I think it's 3 frames to actually get. I suck so hard. Okay, there we go. See, it's like a very tight frame window, but if you let go of the jump button and press it again, you'll gain a tiny bit more height than if you could just hold the button. And you can chain this forever if you're amazing, but it's really freaking hard because it's a really tight window. And I was doing this, like, easily, and then I just had to press the record button. I could be doing so well right now if I just didn't record, and this was just all in my head. It's all a dream, Turner, it's all a dream. And I just want to do it one more time, just for prosperity. Oh, screw it, fine. I'll just get the chomp. No, I will not. There we go, haha! That was, suck it. Okay, let's go. Longest intro ever. Okay, here's another sunflower. If I can grab it, there you go. And again, there's 5 of those per every level, and we'll be seeing what they do at the end. One thing you can also do is, how do I actually do that? Oh, weird. I actually don't have anything set to L right now. Just one second. Sorry about that, controller malfunction. If you use the L button and you just press the L button, it'll actually lock your cursor, so you can just run around and jump around with the cursor locked. So if you want to make a cool shot, you can, like this. Damn it! Get back here, baby Mario. There you go. We're still sitting pretty though for. I didn't mean to go down to that pipe. Here's like a Mario 2 type of enemy spawner location where you can just grab some Shy Guys and you know, make eggs out of them. Kind of pointless though. I think there's a couple levels later where there's actually collectibles in there, but yeah, you're not going to be seeing that. Also, these floating cloud mushrooms. I've been doing mushrooms. These floating what? They're not mushrooms. They're clouds with wings. Even without wings, they can still fly. They had wings though. Shut up. Anyway, I just imagine like someone walking in or tuning in and just like skipping to that part of the video and just sees me yelling at myself and being like, what the fuck is this guy on? Seriously. Speaking of what is this guy on, Yoshi's apparently on something, because apparently he has the ability to find invisible clouds. And yeah, this game has invisible clouds that most of the time they're just for extra stuff like that, like stars, but sometimes they can be real dickish, and to unveil them all you have to do is just run into them, and simple as that. Thank you very much. Yeah. And here's a perfect example of rolling that Chomp Rock down and just ruining those guys, and we're almost at the end of the level, actually. By the way, you might have noticed coins popped out of that cloud right there. If you have maximum stars and you, say, open a cloud that has stars in it, it'll just spawn coins instead. Coins are entirely pointless, by the way. I don't think coins are actually used for anything, so what are coins used for? I don't think coins are used for anything. Like, call me crazy, but I don't think they actually are. Anyway, here's the end of the level, and basically at the end of every level, there are these this roulette wheel, and the sunflowers are obviously the things that you want to hit. And so basically, if you collect all the sunflowers, then you have a better chance of getting a bonus game. Well, here, I'll show you. Go! Well, that was anticlimactic. Well, I guess I'll have to show you a bonus game sometime else, unfortunately. And there you go, 100%. That's the only time you are ever gonna see that screen. Because, like I said, this game is brutal for getting 100%, because you have 30 stars, so you basically can't get hit. In some levels, if you get hit near the end of the level, you're screwed. Like, especially during boss fights. If you get hit during a boss fight, you're basically fucked. So, like, you just basically can't get hit. 20 red coins, which are all hidden in a regular coin, so unless you've memorized them, you have to collect every single red coin. And the 5 main flowers, so that's 3 main collectibles to get exactly 100 points. In however many levels are in this game, which is a lot. I actually know how many levels are in this game. I'm just not going to tell you. That'd be a spoiler.